There's a neat little cabin back here. What it was, the person who owns that mine up there told me that when his father purchased that mine back in the 1960s, there were two older women that are living back here in this wash, in a little cabin. And they had a bunch of older style clothing, corsets, things like that. When they passed, of course, they passed in the late 60s, people came in and stole everything. These, from what I can gather, these two women were working a little mine that they had, and they were probably just pulling in just enough money to make a living. Well, there it is. So, this is where it is rumored that two women with much older style clothing dating back to the corset era lived. The only thing that lives here now is plenty of mice. I've actually been unable to verify the story that this was a cabin for two women. They might have been two women, but there's no claim documentation in this area. So there's literally no paperwork filed. So the question is, were they just squatting? And up there you can see the ore track. The mine doesn't go very far back, but we'll go up there and check it out here in a little bit. This right here is what's left of their outhouse. Yeah, pretty much filled in. And then you had another outbuilding right here. So, it's a nice little cabin. I like this area. I just wish I could find out more about them. I'm going to go ahead and get some updated pictures of the site, and I'll catch you up there. I climbed up from the cabin and I realized I've never been up to the claim monument. And there we go. This is an old tobacco tin, Prince Albert. Looks like a Prince Albert. And this is what the old miners used to keep their claim papers in. I was right, it's a Prince Albert can. Unfortunately, there's no papers. Oh, that's sad. Sometimes, when climbing a hill, the best path to follow out here is a burro trail. It's pretty much already level. You do have to walk one foot in front of the other. But a lot of the bigger rocks are already taken out, and it's usually a pretty easy grade. been having trouble breathing today because that haze is actually smoke from the California wildfires that's blowing into Nevada. So there's the mine. Nice track. This tunnel does not go in very far. So I'm not gonna really go in. There. I don't know if you can see that, but that's about as far back as it goes. It's only probably about 30, 40 feet. Actually, and looking from this material that they have here, plus also in their tailings and their waste, they did most of this by hand. Now, I really don't know if this mine here was actually theirs or that mine across the way was theirs, because we are in a placer area and they might have been doing plastering, but that mine is hard rock. That one's hard rock. Of course, one back over here is hard rock. And these women might have actually just been working the wash, which would make total sense because you can actually make a decent living in this area if you work really hard with just a simple dry washer. Here, checking out this clay monument. That's why I haven't dropped back down into the wash. I went over there, but I think it belongs to this mine over here. The mine owner, he lives on the other side of that water tank. See, that's not a burl trail, that's a highway. I'm almost back to my truck. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. If you made it to the end, again, I appreciate you. But just remember also, when you're out, be safe exploring.